Shout out to this fan for coming up with the idea to this video. If you have any cool ideas for a future video, let me know in the comments below. I may just give you a shout out. What's up everybody, I'm the Net Alliance. Today we have the question, what would have happened if Vader didn't save Luke? Now of course he's referring to the end of episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where Luke is getting shocked out by Palpatine. And Vader's looking back and forth, he's looking at his son, he's looking at his master, he's like, I don't know who to choose. Should I choose my son because he's my son? And then eventually he does choose his son and proceeds to pick up Palpatine and throw that bad boy down into the reactor's core. I'm pretty sure it's a reactor. Looks like a reactor, so we're just gonna call it a reactor. Unfortunately, doing this good deed costs Vader his life. For when he picks up Palpatine, Palpatine's lightning actually shocks his suit, causing his life support to stop, and so then Vader eventually dies. It was Vader's final courageous act of him turning back to the light and saving his son, which truly saved his soul and allowed him to come back as a Force ghost. Let's go back to the part where Vader's looking back and forth at his master and his son. He's going, should I choose my son? Should I choose my master? But instead of choosing his son, he chooses his master. So instead, he just sits there and watches Luke cries for his help. He's like, help me, Dad. Dad, he's shocking me to death. Jesus, help me, Dad. And then Palpatine's like, ha 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 ha. And then Vader's like, no, Luke. Jesus, you cut off my arm, you jerk. Kill him. Kill him now, Palpatine. And then Luke's like, I'm dying. I'm dead. And so then Luke's dead. So what exactly would happen next after this? First off, before I go any further, let me just say, no matter what the conclusion of that fight is, the Death Star still gets destroyed. So the Death Star goes boom, and Vader and the Emperor are on the Super Star Destroyer, and I think they might actually just go into hyperspace and just get out of there. Try to just get away from the Rebels as quick as possible. And although the Rebels would win the day, they would ultimately fall short because they lost their champion, Luke Skywalker. As far as we're concerned, the only 3 people who could stand a chance against Vader was Ben Kenobi, Yoda, and Luke Skywalker. And with the death of Luke Skywalker, that means the rest of them are all dead too. So as far as a movie standpoint, we've got some problems. Because it seems the only one who can destroy the Emperor is Vader, and the only one who can destroy Vader is the Emperor. Now I see the Emperor doing one of 2 things. He's either going to fly back to Coruscant and prepare for battle, or he's going to fly into deep space and just kind of lay low for a while. But since the Rebels have no one who can really face either Vader or Emperor Palpatine one-on-one, I'm going to guess he's going to go straight to Coruscant and just prepare for battle. So Vader and Palpatine go back to Coruscant, and I would think that the Rebels, knowing that they have Palpatine and Darth Vader on the run, might actually chase after the Super Star Destroyer to try to take him down before he actually reaches Coruscant. So the entire Rebel fleet jumps into hyperspace and goes right after him. Now of course they would probably reach Coruscant around the same time, and there would be this giant epic battle in space, just like the Battle of Coruscant in episode 3, except for it be between the Rebels and the Empire. Now a lot of stuff would go down, and I feel that the Rebels, realizing that they have no Luke Skywalker to go take down these 2 guys, they might just focus all efforts on just destroying the Super Star Destroyer, because if they're able to do that, they can take out the entire thing, and most likely they can destroy Darth Vader and Palpatine at the same time. Now Coruscant is the main capital of the Empire, so I would expect there to be much Imperial resistance, so this battle would not be easy. But I do believe after much strategic planning and coordinating, the Rebels would manage to actually hit the Super Star Destroyer enough times with enough of their bombs to actually blow the entire thing to smithereens, which would effectively kill Vader and Palpatine. And that seems to be the end of our theory, right? Well, not exactly. Because in the midst of this battle, Palpatine and Vader could actually take a shuttle to Coruscant while the Super Star Destroyer is still out in the atmosphere. Of course, they could just chill in the Super Star Destroyer, wait to die, or they could flee back to Coruscant and prepare their forces for more. Considering Palpatine and Vader are very smart people, you can probably guess which one they're gonna pick. So the Super Star Destroyer is destroyed, and the Rebels seem to have won the day, but of course the Imperial resistance is just getting stronger by the second, so they are actually forced to flee, hoping on a whim that they just destroyed both Sith Lords. Now of course, as time would go on, they'd realize that Palpatine and Vader actually survived and they escaped onto Coruscant, and the Rebels would be like, well, how do we kill these guys? We don't have any Jedi, we don't have any Force wielders. How can we face these guys and actually live? Now from here, I don't exactly know where to go with this theory. I don't know what the Rebel Alliance would be thinking. So I decided that if I were the Rebel Alliance leader, what exactly would I do? And I came up with a plan. So what I would do is use one of my Rebel agents and turn them into a spy of the Empire. Pretty much go in, keep tabs on both Vader and Palpatine, kind of figuring out where they are, And when they're both together in like one of the tall buildings on Coruscant, what I would do, although it would definitely kill a lot of civilians, it would be the only way to take them out and actually be sure that they're dead, in my personal opinion. I'd have the spy make sure they're in this building, in this exact room. I would salvage a damaged Imperial cruiser that's still able to fly. I would stock that bad boy up with so many explosives. I would send it through light speed, rig it to stop right at the atmosphere of Coruscant, directly at that building. Just imagine a massive spacecraft just crashing right into a massive building right on Coruscant. And then when it would crash in that building, a massive explosion would be heard. Thousands of beings would die, but it would be for the greater good because Vader and Palpatine would die, and there would be no way for them to survive. And since the cruiser was Imperial, once the rebels retake over the galaxy, they can just state that there was fighting inside the Empire and how the Emperor was so weak he couldn't even keep his governments together. So although it was the rebels' responsibility, the entire galaxy would think it was the Empire just not being able to control itself, effectively killing Vader and ending the rule of the Emperor. Now of course, I might consider this my last-ditch effort. Like let's say Vader and Palpatine are about to mount a massive attack on the Rebel Alliance, then that would be my last-ditch effort because I don't want to kill civilians, but when you have to stop someone as evil as Vader and Palpatine, it's kind of like fighting fire with fire, except for your fire is a massive spaceship full of explosives. But of course, that's just my opinion. What's your opinion on this? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy my videos, and until next time guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.